Before I go to work, I want to give one more rant. I appreciated Daniel giving me the last word and letting me speak. I thought that conversation went a lot better. Daniel is an Orthodox layperson, and he had a bunch of Catholic and Orthodox friends on there. And I was quite pleased, although I got a little excited. We all did a little bit. But so it was a good conversation. I felt like I got to speak, so I appreciate that. But I thought it was interesting that they brought up Isaiah 66 to prove eternal conscious torment. And just the night before, my friend Nick, who's, a scholar in training, I guess, but I would say he's a scholar. He's published and done work on the texts of the New Testament. Anyway, he brought that up as the text that is one of the strongest texts against eternal conscious torment, and I tried to explain some of that. So it was interesting that came up in the conversation. Isaiah 66 talks about the corpses of those that are slain, that transgressed against God, and Jesus connects that to final judgment in the New Testament when he quotes, "The worm does not die and the fire is not quenched." I would just challenge people to look up what that actually means. This is talking about the corpses that are consumed by the judgment of God. So this text not only doesn't teach eternal conscious torment, if you let the Bible define its terms and the context tell you what it's saying, you'll see that people who have used this text improperly, perhaps in the early church or in the councils, or would reference this text, are totally off base with what it means, which can be found by a diligent, conscious look at the immediate context and the greater context of what the prophets have to say about final judgment. Last thing I'll say is, I would challenge, because this is what my Orthodox friends were saying. I guess it's in their dogmas, they said. I asked that and they said yes. They were saying, well, the saints and the lost receive glorified bodies upon the end of the age. The resurrection of the righteous and the resurrection of the wicked all receive glorified bodies. I would challenge you to take an honest look at the text and try to find any indication of that concept. Only the redeemed receive glorified bodies. The lost are not raised immortal. Immortality and eternal life is promised only to the saints. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, and whosoever believes in him will not perish, but have everlasting life. Only the saints have glorified bodies according to God.